What's up, everybody on YouTube? Welcome to another episode of WWE 2K14 Universe Mode. I'm Justin here on Delayed Gaming, and we're kicking things off on Monday Nitro here with Goldust taking on the United States Champion Alexander Rusev. Ooh, early in the match, Goldust taking out the referee. But here comes Cody Rhodes. Wait a minute. You'll recall last week that Cody Rhodes abandoned Goldust during tag team action, and he comes in and hits Crossroads. Referee's down. Rusev is going for the cover. Cody Rhodes getting the referee's attention. My God, Cody Rhodes costing Goldust yet another match. You remember last week, Cody Rhodes left Goldust in the middle of the ring during a #1 contendership match for the tag team titles. The New Age Outlaws would go on to beat the Brotherhood last week because Cody abandoned Goldust. But the New Age Outlaws will be challenging the New World Order for the WCW tag titles at Extreme Rules. Here we had Eddie Guerrero, Gregory Helms, and Ric Flair in a triple threat match to decide the #1 contender to Rusev's United States Championship. And in the end, it was Eddie Guerrero picking up the pinfall over Ric Flair, and Eddie Guerrero will be taking on Rusev for the United States Championship at Extreme Rules. Last week, Rey Mysterio was able to knock off Big Show in 6-man tag team action. That's right, Rey Mysterio pinned the World Heavyweight Champion last week. We're seeing here if he was able to do it again. Mysterio hitting his signature kicks there. Was that enough to do it? And it was. Rey Mysterio yet again defeating the World Heavyweight Champion Big Show in non-title action, but that's gotta earn Rey Mysterio something. Oh, and Goldust not taking kindly to Cody Rhodes' actions as of late, starting a brawl in the locker room. Cody Rhodes getting back on top of Goldust, and wait a minute. Wow. Oh my God. Ted DiBiase, ladies and gentlemen, is the general manager of WCW Nitro. What a surprise. And he has announced that Goldust will take on Cody Rhodes in a steel cage match at Extreme Rules. Maybe we can finally put this rivalry to bed. One half of the #1 contenders, Roode taking on one half of the tag team champions, Razor Ramon, in singles action. Let's see if the New Age Outlaws are able to keep their momentum going, or if the New World Order is going to cut them off. And it was in fact Road Dogg pinning Razor Ramon, picking up the victory, keeping the momentum going for the New Age Outlaws here on Nitro. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event, a triple threat match continuing the chase to the World Heavyweight Championship. And of course, as this is Monday Nitro's main event, you will get this match in its entirety. You'll remember last week in Fatal 4-Way action, it was Edge, Chris Jericho, Goldberg, and Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Chris Jericho would win that Fatal 4-Way match by pinning Hollywood Hulk Hogan after a code breaker, eliminating Hollywood Hulk Hogan from the chase to the World Heavyweight Championship. Again, the man who wins the chase to the World Heavyweight Championship will be the #1 contender to the Big Show's championship and will challenge him for that title at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Now again, the Extreme Rules pay-per-view is a couple of weeks down the road in the calendar. Will be hosted by WWE Raw, and at WCW Nitro. However, we do have a pay-per-view coming up that will actually be featured in the next episode. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming up to our first pay-per-view here in Universe Mode. It will be TNA and Ring of Honor presenting the King of the Ring pay-per-view, which will be very exciting. We have quite the card building up already. TNA World Heavyweight Champion Bobby Roode will be defending his championship against Abyss. Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Jay Briscoe will be defending against John Morrison, who won a 6-man over-the-top battle royal to become #1 contender last week. We also have Tajiri taking on Samoa Joe for the TNA X Division Championship. We also will have the King of the Ring tournament, for which 4 superstars have already qualified. Kevin Tibbs qualifying from Ring of Honor. We also had who else qualified? That is a good question. I am blanking here. Who else qualified? Oh, AJ Styles was the other qualifier from Ring of Honor. The current Ring of Honor Pure Champion qualifying for the King of the Ring tournament. We had 2 qualifiers from TNA as well. It was Bully Ray and Mr. Anderson qualifying for 2 of TNA's spots. There will be 8 superstars competing in total. So on this week's episode of Universe Mode, we will see 2 more superstars from Ring of Honor, as well as 2 more superstars from TNA qualifying for the King of the Ring tournament. And also on the King of the Ring card, we already have the Motor City Machine Guns taking on the Second City Saints, CM Punk, and Colt Cabana for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship. Now, this week on Ring of Honor, if Chris Sabin is able to defeat Colt Cabana in non-title one-on-one action, the Motor City Machine Guns will decide the stipulation and or the match type for that championship clash at King of the Ring between those 2 teams. Again, this is your main event here on Nitro, continuing the championship chase. Whoever is pinned or made to submit in this match will be eliminated from the chase. Goldberg, Chris Jericho, and Edge squaring off. 2 of these superstars will advance to next week and fight for the #1 contendership of the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, it's interesting to note, as we mentioned before, Rey Mysterio has pinned the Big Show 2 weeks in a row now. Once in 6-man tag team action, and then once again in one-on-one non-title action. General Manager Ted DiBiase wanted to give Rey Mysterio an opportunity to show what he could do against the Big Show in one-on-one action after he was able to pin the Big Show in 6-man tag team action. So what does that mean for Rey Mysterio? Of course, Chris Jericho, Edge, and Goldberg competing right now in the main event. One of those 3 men will be the one challenging Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship at Extreme Rules. But, I mean, I think Rey Mysterio has a legitimate, case to make that perhaps he will also earn a future World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. I mean, I think he's already earned it, defeating the Big Show here twice in a row on Nitro. Also tonight on Nitro so far, we have seen Eddie Guerrero becoming the #1 contender for the United States Championship. He will take on Rusev for the United States Championship at Extreme Rules. And also announced this evening, Cody Rhodes will take on Goldust in a steel cage match at Extreme Rules. I'm looking forward to that one. Cody Rhodes, of course, as you will recall, abandoned Goldust last week in tag team action. It was the Brotherhood against the New Age Outlaws. The winning team would become #1 contenders to the World Tag Team Championship here in WCW, currently held by Razor Ramon and Diesel of the New World Order. It was Cody Rhodes abandoning Goldust in tag team action, leaving Goldust to fend for himself, and try as he might, Goldust tried to still earn he and his brother a shot at the tag team championships, but it was no avail. The New Age Outlaws were too much for Goldust to overcome on his own. Billy Gunn and Road Dogg will be taking on Diesel and Razor Ramon for the WCW World Tag Team Championship at Extreme Rules. And of course, you saw earlier tonight, Goldust took on the United States champion Rusev in one-on-one singles action. General Manager Ted DiBiase wanted to give Goldust another opportunity after he was seemingly cost of one last week. Had tag team championship gold opportunity taken right out of his hands by his own tag team partner, his ex-tag team partner, Cody Rhodes. So Ted DiBiase figured if Goldust could perhaps defeat the United States champion Rusev, that championship gold would still be in Goldust's future. Here's Edge going for a cover on Goldberg, but Jericho breaks it up. Have to figure that pride is playing a big part in this match here tonight. Not only do these superstars want to advance to next week, but they want to be the ones who win this match. Now, Goldust, Edge, and Chris Jericho, all fan favorites, all proud superstars. They all want a victory. None of these guys are going to be sitting out on the sidelines waiting for things to happen, waiting for the other guys to be part of the decision. They want the pinfall. They want the confidence. They want to know that they can pin the guys they're going up against to fight for a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. They want to get inside their opponents' heads and make them question, can I beat this guy? Now, Chris Jericho already might have a mental edge on these two guys after being able to pin Hollywood Hulk Hogan in Fatal 4-Way action last week, but time will tell if it will be Chris Jericho getting the winning decision here again tonight. And he hits a code breaker on Goldberg. Goes for the cover. And this one's over. Chris Jericho picking up the victory, getting the pinfall for the second week in a row, this time eliminating Goldberg from the chase to the World Heavyweight Championship. What a victory for Chris Jericho. Now next week, it will be Chris Jericho versus Edge in the final match of the chase to the World Heavyweight Championship. Chris Jericho taking on Edge for the #1 contendership to the World Heavyweight title. The winner will take on Big Show at Extreme Rules for the World Heavyweight Championship. What a match. What a main event here on Nitro. As you see there, it was Chris Jericho picking up the pinfall victory over Goldberg. And Jericho doing what he did to Hollywood Hulk Hogan last week, giving Goldberg the Y2J treatment, rubbing it in his face a little. Jericho says, I don't know what you're talking about. Goldberg clearly frustrated with that. And that's the end of Nitro for this week, as now we move on to one of the shows that will be hosting the King of the Ring pay-per-view on the next episode of Universe Mode, Ring of Honor. Tag team action. Rob Van Dam and Sabu taking on two members of Foreign Policy, Muhammad Hassan and Ricky Reyes, in tag team action. So great teamwork from both of these teams. Foreign Policy looking to be a very well-oiled machine. We saw them compete in a battle royal last week, coming up just short of one of them becoming #1 contenders to the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. But this week, again, they come up short as Rob Van Dam and Sabu defeat Ricky Reyes and Muhammad Hassan in tag team action. What a victory for Rob Van Dam and Sabu. I mean, who knows, this might put them in the tag team championship picture. Wow, what an announcement. Folks, if you just missed that, AJ Styles, the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, came into Mr. McMahon's office demanding a match with Test tonight in the main event on Ring of Honor. If you recall last week, AJ Styles defeated Test to qualify for the Ring of Honor side of the King of the Ring tournament. Test would feign an injury after the match, hit a low blow on AJ Styles, and AJ Styles was not happy. We'll get back to more on that a little bit after, but we had a classic here on Ring of Honor too, as Daniel Bryan and Cesaro would compete for a spot in the King of the Ring tournament. And with Cesaro hitting a very European uppercut on Daniel Bryan, and he picked up the victory. What a win for Cesaro, defeating the former world champion Daniel Bryan to earn himself a spot in the King of the Ring tournament. Cesaro qualifying for the King of the Ring. It's Colt Cabana taking on Chris Sabin here. Remember, if Chris Sabin was able to defeat Colt Cabana, he would decide, well, the Motor City Machine Guns would decide the stipulation for the Tag Team Championship match between the Guns and the Saints at King of the Ring. Sabin hitting a powerbomb there on Colt Cabana. Was it enough to get the victory? It was not. Colt Cabana kicking out there. Colt Cabana setting up for something here. But Sabin looking to put him away. And he does. Chris Sabin earning the victory. The Motor City Machine Guns keep the momentum going. Remember, Alex Shelley defeated Punk last week. And Sabin defeating Cabana this week. Now let's see what the Motor City Machine Guns are going to decide for the match type at King of the Ring. Whoa! The Motor City Machine Guns decide it'll be a ladder match. The Motor City Machine Guns will challenge the Second City Saints for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship in a ladder match, a tag team ladder match at the King of the Ring pay-per-view. Kevin Steen taking on Alberto Del Rio for Ring of Honor's last spot in the King of the Ring tournament. Remember, it was Kevin Steen who eliminated Alberto Del Rio from the World Heavyweight Championship #1 Contenders Battle Royal last week on Ring of Honor. Del Rio looking to exact a little measure of revenge on Steen here tonight, but Steen looking to keep the momentum rolling against Del Rio. Remember, the winner getting the final spot in the King of the Ring tournament. And it was Del Rio picking up the victory via submission with the full Nelson, putting Steen away, getting a little revenge, and yes, Alberto Del Rio has claimed the final spot for Ring of Honor in the King of the Ring tournament. Now, getting back to what we were talking about before, here's our main event. AJ Styles defending the Ring of Honor Pure Championship against Test here tonight. Test got the attention of AJ Styles last week as AJ Styles defeated Test in a Ring of Honor King of the Ring qualifying match. AJ Styles would go to help Test up after that match as Test would feign an injury, but Test would then sucker in AJ Styles and connect with a crushing low blow as Test would leave that match with the last laugh, even though Test will not be a part of the King of the Ring tournament. But hey, he's got himself a Ring of Honor Pure Championship opportunity tonight. AJ Styles saying, I'm going to teach Test what respect is all about. I'm the pure champion. I don't stand for that crap, as he told Mr. McMahon earlier tonight. And he said, Vince, you've got yourself a main event. I'm defending the Pure Championship against Test here tonight on Ring of Honor. This is, of course, the first championship defense of any title here in Universe Mode. And we'll see if it is a successful one, as AJ Styles putting up the gold against Test here tonight on Ring of Honor. Now, of course, Test, after what he did last week, would not be the ideal Pure Champion here in Ring of Honor. As you know, the Ring of Honor Pure Championship, all about respect for the game. Test showing nothing but disrespect for AJ Styles last week, hitting him with a low blow after suffering a defeat to the Ring of Honor Pure Champion. But now Test getting another opportunity against AJ Styles. Now I think AJ Styles is pretty motivated and will definitely want to put Test away once again here tonight. But maybe Test had a game plan all along. Maybe Test knew how much pride AJ Styles had. Maybe Test put the King of the Ring tournament aside and said, I want a championship opportunity. Did he do it on purpose to get inside the head of AJ Styles? Who knows? Only the man Test himself knows. But all that matters right now is that he has an opportunity at the Pure Championship, currently held by none other than the first ever Ring of Honor Pure Champion here in Universe Mode, AJ Styles. Again, this is the first championship defense of any kind here in Universe Mode. AJ Styles putting up the Ring of Honor Pure Championship against Test here on the main event of Ring of Honor. Now, of course, this is Ring of Honor's main event here tonight, so you will see this match in its entirety. So taking a look at Ring of Honor's side of things for the King of the Ring card for this Sunday. As we saw tonight and last week, Mr. Tibbs, AJ Styles, the man you see right there, qualified for the King of the Ring tournament last week. And this week it was Cesaro defeating Daniel Bryan, as well as Alberto Del Rio defeating Kevin Steen for the final two spots for Ring of Honor in the King of the Ring tournament. So we have 6 out of 8 spots filled in that tournament. From Ring of Honor side of things, again, Mr. Tibbs, AJ Styles, Alberto Del Rio, as well as Antonio Cesaro. And from TNA so far, we have Bully Ray and Mr. Anderson. Now again, the numbers coming into play for Foreign Policy. 2 of their members have qualified for the King of the Ring tournament. So as it stands, Foreign Policy is going to have a 1/4 opportunity, a 1/4 chance to win the King of the Ring tournament. Now again, you will recall that the winner of the King of the Ring tournament will earn a major championship opportunity for his respective brand. If a TNA guy wins, he'll challenge for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. If a Ring of Honor guy wins, he'll challenge for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, the second place superstar, the man who loses in the King of the Ring finals, will not get snubbed. He will get a minor championship opportunity. If a Ring of Honor guy wins, he'll get a shot at the Pure Championship. If a TNA guy wins, he'll get a shot at the X Division Championship. Now, of course, what happens if AJ Styles retains the title tonight and comes in second place in the King of the Ring tournament? He'll be the Pure Champion. He's not going to fight himself, is he? So that'll be interesting to see if that happens. But so many possibilities in the King of the Ring tournament. Who knows what's going to happen? AJ Styles can win it all. AJ Styles can win the tournament and become a dual champion. He could potentially hold the TNA World Heavyweight Championship and the X Division, and the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship and the Pure Championship at the same time. And that Pure Championship is on the line again in this match, ladies and gentlemen. AJ Styles putting the gold on the line against Test, who hits a bulldog on AJ Styles there. Test looking very aggressive in this match, dropping a few elbows to the back of the champion. Test remaining on the offense here with a gorilla press slam on AJ Styles. Styles up back on his feet, trying to get back into this, but Test guillotining him onto the ropes. AJ Styles fighting back now, but you can see he's a little bit groggy from the beating he's taken from Test thus far. And Test lifts him up. Test hits a pump handle slam on the Pure Champion. He goes for the cover, but Styles kicks out at 2. Of course, again, from Ring of Honor's side of things, on the King of the Ring card, not only do we have our 4 qualifiers for the King of the Ring tournament, we're also going to see a few championship matches from Ring of Honor. 2 to be exact so far. We have Jay Briscoe defending the World Heavyweight Championship against John Morrison. AJ Styles hits a Styles Clash on Test. He goes for the cover. This could do it. But Test kicks out. Test staying alive in this one. Of course, as we mentioned, John Morrison won a 6-man over-the-top battle royal last week on Ring of Honor to become #1 contendership to the world title. Wait a minute. Test has Styles up. He hits a TKO on the Ring of Honor Pure Champion. Has Test done it? Has Test put the Pure Champion away? My God, he has. Test is the Pure Champion. Test has defeated AJ Styles to become the Ring of Honor Pure Champion. I don't believe it. What a match, what a main event here on Ring of Honor. Going over the highlights, AJ Styles was able to kick out at 2 there after Test hit a pump handle slam. But the TKO was too much for AJ Styles to overcome. AJ Styles driven headfirst into the mat, and it was lights out. Not only for AJ Styles, but for his Pure Championship reign. Test is the brand new Ring of Honor Pure Champion. What a turn of events. AJ Styles putting his title on the line tonight to teach Test some respect, and it backfired. Test has won the Pure Championship. Here we are at the contract signing for the World Heavyweight Championship match for King of the Ring on Ring of Honor. Jay Briscoe defending the title against John Morrison at King of the Ring. That should be one hell of a match, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, moving on to Impact Wrestling. First match of the evening, TNA X Division champion Samoa Joe and his number one contender Tajiri teaming up to take on the two men who have already qualified for the King of the Ring tournament. On TNA side of things, Mr. Anderson and Bully Ray, former stablemates and Aces of Eights. So these two know each other quite well. Let's see if they were able to put that to work and earn themselves a victory on Impact Wrestling. Wow, what a DDT from Bully Ray to Tajiri onto the apron. Would that be a cog in a victory for these two? And it was Mr. Anderson and Bully Ray picking up a tag team victory over Tajiri and Samoa Joe. Next match, we had the Hardy Boys taking on Carter Inc., Rhino and Brodus Clay versus Jeff and Matt Hardy. The winners are number one contenders to the TNA World Tag Team Championship. The winners of this match will take on Bad Influence, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian for the TNA World Tag Team Championship at the King of the Ring pay-per-view. And for the second week in a row, it was both the Hardys coming up short as Brodus Clay and Rhino get the victory, and they will challenge Bad Influence for those tag team championships at King of the Ring. Now here we have a King of the Ring tournament qualifier. Austin Aries taking on Bobby Lashley, of the Most Valuable Players. Lashley being accompanied to the ring by MVP. What a match this was. Lashley versus Austin Aries, two former world champions going at it. Lashley would hit a running Dominator power slam on Austin Aries, and it would be enough to put him away, as Bobby Lashley would get that third spot in the King of the Ring tournament for TNA. Now only one spot left to be claimed, and it will be claimed in this match. Christian being accompanied by Tyson Tomko, taking on Eric Young for that last spot in the King of the Ring tournament. Christian channeling Edge there and going for the pinfall. But was to no avail. Eric Young would drive Christian to the mat. Would it be enough? Yes, it would. Eric Young getting that last spot in the King of the Ring tournament. Christian going to attack Eric Young after the match, but Eric Young is having none of it. Eric Young standing tall after qualifying for the King of the Ring tournament. What a victory for Eric Young. Can he carry that momentum into the King of the Ring pay-per-view, into that tournament? Here we go into our main event. Bobby Roode, the World Heavyweight Champion, taking on James Storm in non-title action. Again, last week it was Abyss defeating Jeff Hardy to become the number one contender to the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So it will be Abyss taking on Bobby Roode for that World Championship. Now, of course, James Storm, the founder of the Revolution, Abyss, his follower, and Abyss also the number one contender to the World Heavyweight Championship. Some history here, as James Storm and Bobby Roode, former tag team partners, former World Tag Team Champions in TNA together as Beer Money, but now bitter enemies, as James Storm's protege Abyss will challenge Bobby Roode for the World Heavyweight Championship at King of the Ring. Just imagine the ego boost it will give James Storm and Abyss if Abyss can bring that world title home to the Revolution. Will certainly put James Storm on a power trip, that is for sure. And who knows what he'll have the confidence to do in TNA if Abyss comes home with that World Heavyweight Championship. But James Storm getting his opportunity at Bobby Roode here tonight in non-title action. And this is our main event here on TNA. So you will get this match in its entirety. Of course, guys, leave some comments on the video. Let me know what you think of Universe Mode so far. Let me know what you'd like to see. Let me know how you like it so far. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, tell all your friends, or just keep it to yourself. Either way, hope you're enjoying this, guys. I'm having a lot of fun putting these videos together. And again, I want your input. So please leave some comments below. Let me know what you think so far of what's going on here in Universe Mode. Let me know what you think of the King of the Ring pay-per-view card. Let me know what you think of the tournament. Let me know who you think is going to win the tournament in the comment section below. We have all 8 spots filled now in that tournament. The actual pay-per-view should be going up not too far long after this video, actually. Because I am very excited to get that done. See who comes out on top in the King of the Ring matches. Very excited to share our first pay-per-view with you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying this so far, and I'm sure you'll enjoy the pay-per-view. I know I'm going to enjoy it. Looking forward to all those matches. Gotta believe that Bobby Roode might be at a mental disadvantage in this main event with his number 1 contender, Abyss, lurking at ringside, distracting the referee here. But Bobby Roode stays on the offense as the referee reprimanding Abyss here. Bobby Roode locks in an armbar, but James Storm gets his arm under the ropes. This match has been all Bobby Roode so far. Bobby Roode, no nonsense here tonight. Just wants to take out his former tag team partner James Storm and keep on rolling into King of the Ring as he'll defend his championship against Abyss. He wants all the momentum he can have going into that match. But again, Abyss picking up a victory over Jeff Hardy last week too. And obviously James Storm will claim that it is a victory for the entire Revolution if it is a victory for Abyss. So James Storm feeling a sense of momentum here too, but that might all come to an end if Bobby Roode keeps up the offense. But now it's James Storm taking control of the match, drop kicking Bobby Roode off the apron. Bobby Roode having to look out for Abyss there. Ooh. As Bobby Roode tried to escape the grip of Abyss, he ran right into a suplex from James Storm. And Storm is now in control, in clear control of this match. And he hits that last call super kick on Bobby Roode. Is it enough to put the champion away? It is not. Bobby Roode kicks out at 2. James Storm staying on the offense, though. But Bobby Roode coming back now. Cut short again by James Storm, who hits a DDT. But Bobby Roode is right back up to his feet. Locking James Storm in a Cobra clutch. But Abyss is up on the apron for the distraction. James Storm is tapping out. But the ref was distracted by Abyss. Now James Storm in trouble here, but he kicks out quickly. You got James Storm tapping out, but Abyss making the distraction. And now Bobby Roode trying to make James Storm submit yet again, but James Storm escapes. Seems as though Abyss has been ejected from ringside. But Bobby Roode maintaining control here and hits a spine buster on James Storm, dragging James Storm's body to the middle of the ring now, going for the cover. And this one's over. The World Heavyweight Champion Bobby Roode keeps on rolling, taking out James Storm on his way to defending his title against Abyss at King of the Ring. What a main event here on Impact. Back and forth this match was. But in the end, it was Bobby Roode picking up the victory after that vicious spine buster to James Storm, getting the pinfall victory. After the match here, looks Bobby Roode wants some of Abyss. Abyss not happy that James Storm lost. Abyss wants some. Bobby Roode wants some. James Storm saying not tonight, save it for Sunday. But Abyss gets a crack at Bobby Roode, and Bobby Roode wants some too. What an ending to Impact, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what happens this Sunday when Bobby Roode defends that championship against Abyss. Here we are on Friday Night Raw. Excuse me, I told you guys I was gonna take a while to get used. It was gonna take a while for me to get used to that. Friday Night Raw. Dean Ambrose taking on Wade Barrett in singles action here on Raw. Was a match that included Wade Barrett hitting a DDT on Dean Ambrose through the announcer's table. But later in the match, Dean Ambrose would go for the cover. Wade Barrett would kick out. But later on, Barrett would hit Wasteland on Dean Ambrose and pick up the pinfall victory. Wade Barrett getting a huge victory in his Universe Mode debut as Dean Ambrose would lose for a second week in a row. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, we were waiting to find out what the reward would be for the winners of last week's main event on Raw. As you remember, it was Sheamus, Roman Reigns, and Randy Orton defeating Seth Rollins, Kane, and Batista in six-man tag team action. Elimination tag team action, actually. And the survivors of that match would be rewarded according to Mr. McMahon. We were all wondering what that reward would be, and it is possible WWE Championship opportunities, as you just saw Paul Heyman deliver the news. Kane and Seth Rollins getting back on the winning side of things here tonight as they defeated the New Day. Tag team action, Cena and Orton taking on Batista and Triple H, being accompanied to the ring by Stephanie McMahon. So with Randy Orton here in this match, it'll either be Sheamus or Roman Reigns taking on Brock Lesnar tonight. Now, as Paul Heyman explained, over the next few weeks, each of those three superstars, double RKO there from Cena and Orton. Never seen that before. And John Cena hitting an attitude adjustment on Triple H, picking up the pinfall victory for his team. Now, as I was just explaining, over the next few weeks, Sheamus, Roman Reigns, and Randy Orton will each get a one-on-one opportunity against Brock Lesnar. Those who manage to defeat Brock Lesnar will challenge him for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. So if all three men are able to defeat Brock Lesnar will have to defend the championship in a fatal four-way match against all three of those superstars. If only two superstars win, it'll be a triple threat. If only one superstar wins, it'll be a singles match. But if Brock Lesnar defeats all three of his potential challengers, who's he going to defend the championship against? Lita would take on Nikki Bella here tonight as well in Divas action. And the Divas champion Nikki Bella would pick up the victory. But now Caitlyn making her Universe Mode debut, saying she wants some of the Divas champion Nikki Bella. See if that amounts to anything next week. And here tonight in our main event, it'll be Sheamus, the first of last week's victors, taking on Brock Lesnar, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, in non-title action. And this is our main event here on Raw. You will get this match in its entirety as Sheamus and Brock Lesnar go one-on-one for the very first time. Sheamus eliminating Kane in that six-man tag team elimination match last week, certainly earning his opportunity against Brock Lesnar this week. Again, if Sheamus can beat Brock Lesnar, he will be one of, perhaps, he might be the only challenger to Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules. But if Sheamus loses tonight, his opportunity goes out the window. Sheamus has to beat Brock Lesnar tonight if he wants a shot at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at Extreme Rules. Brock Lesnar making his debut in Universe Mode here tonight, accompanied to the ring by Paul Heyman. Lesnar looking aggressive as ever, ready to take on the Great White Sheamus. But you know Sheamus is ready for this one too. This is going to be a big brawl between two big guys. And it's going to be one for the ages here in Universe Mode. We'll see if Sheamus can keep that momentum going. See if he can knock off the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar and earn himself a match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at Extreme Rules. Talk about Extreme Rules. So far on that card, we have Eddie Guerrero challenging Rusev for the WCW United States Championship, as well as the New Age Outlaws, Billy Gunn, and Roode taking on Diesel and Razor Ramon of the New World Order for the WCW World Tag Team Championships. And also, announced this week by new Nitro General Manager Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man is in charge on Nitro, and he's made a big first impression. He has called for Cody Rhodes to take on Goldust in a steel cage match at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. That's a couple of weeks down the line on our calendar. Of course, again, our first ever pay-per-view, King of the Ring, will be in our next Universe Mode episode. I am very excited for that, guys, and I hope you are too. But this match, of course, having implications on the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. If Sheamus beats Lesnar here tonight, he'll get himself an opportunity at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Lesnar in control of the match so far, grounding Sheamus, but Sheamus fighting back now. Sheamus keeps trying to fight back, but Lesnar maintaining the control on offense. Sheamus getting turned inside out there. German suplex flipping Sheamus onto his stomach. You don't see that often. You never see Sheamus get manhandled like this. But Brock Lesnar just so strong, so powerful. I mean, if he can do this to Sheamus, he can certainly do this to any of his upcoming opponents in Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. I mean, Brock Lesnar might just be unstoppable. Brock Lesnar might steamroll through all of those guys. And who knows who he'd have to defend his championship against at Extreme Rules. Lesnar hits an F5 on Sheamus here. It's in the early goings of this match. It's only been a few minutes, but Sheamus kicking out. Sheamus not done just yet, but he is weary, as you can see. But Lesnar staying in control. Does Sheamus have what it takes to take out the champion? Lesnar again going for the cover. Sheamus kicks out after 2. Sheamus fighting back, throwing Lesnar off of him. Let's see if Sheamus can mount some offense here. But Lesnar with another German suplex, turning Sheamus inside out yet again. Sheamus being tossed around like a rag doll here. Another cover by the champion Lesnar, and Sheamus kicking out yet again. All this kicking out that Sheamus has to do has to be taking something out of him. I mean, how much is Sheamus going to have left? Another suplex from Lesnar to Sheamus. But Sheamus fighting back now. Back up to his feet. Hitting Lesnar with a suplex of his own. Paul Heyman visibly frustrated as Sheamus mounting a comeback. Hitting some grounded strikes to Brock Lesnar. And Sheamus now clobbering Lesnar with kicks and punches. Lesnar down. Lesnar on his back. Sheamus getting some real offense in here. Again, hitting Lesnar down to the mat. He's got the cover. Heyman up on the apron to distract the referee. But Lesnar was able to kick out at 1 anyway. Lesnar whipped hard into the corner. Hits a thumb Sheamus in the eye. And he has regained control of this match. The ref was busy with Paul Heyman, and Lesnar has regained control of this match with a vicious thumb to the eye. Lesnar has Sheamus down with an armbar now. Will Sheamus tap out? But no, Sheamus battles his way out. Perhaps regaining control of this match, but Lesnar up on his feet again. Sheamus throws him down with a tilt-a-world slam. Connecting now on an elbow drop to Lesnar. Sheamus clearly taking some damage in this match. And now he's got a submission hold applied to the champion Lesnar. Paul Heyman up on the apron. Distracting the referee. If Lesnar was to perhaps tap out, but Lesnar breaks the hold. Lesnar just too strong for Sheamus to keep him down. Lesnar with a fall-away slam to Sheamus. After all of that, Sheamus down once again. Lesnar has the cover. And that's it. Wow. Sheamus defeated by Brock Lesnar after a fallaway slam. I think Sheamus was just thrown around way too much. Sheamus certainly not used to that, not conditioned to that, being the big, strong guy that he is. But Brock Lesnar was perhaps just too much for Sheamus to handle, as Lesnar would put him away with a fallaway slam. And it'll be up now to Roman Reigns and or Randy Orton to get an opportunity at Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules and try to take that championship away from him. Sheamus, his championship opportunity is out the window. And here's Roman Reigns. Looks like it'll be Roman Reigns taking on Brock Lesnar in next week's main event. What a match that's gonna be.